hills of Brazil, love came riding in, and two cowboys were never the same again. I was riding through the morning mist, where the valley glowed beneath the sun's first kiss, when I saw her standing by the pasture gate, like heaven had arrived a little too late. She was the daughter of the man who owned the land, the cattle, the horses, the river, and the sand. But she smiled at me like I was more than dust and boots, and my heart took root where the wild roses grew. I met her in the hills at the edge of Santa Luz, where the breeze smelled sweet with rain and eucalyptus bloom. She was humming to herself beneath the sky of gold, and I felt the kind of fire no man can hold. I was just another cowboy with a borrowed room, living by the saddle and the rising moon. But when she turned and called me by my name, the whole wide world would never be the same. In the heart of Brazil, where the night birds fly under lantern stars and a velvet sky, we both fell hard for the same sweet flame, and neither one of us would leave unchanged. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills, with her hair in the wind and a heart so wild. Two cowboys stood in the shadow of heaven, both undone by the landlord's child. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills like a song carried soft on the summer breeze. But one girl, one heart, and two men dreaming can break even the strongest memories. She'd ask me to play by the porch at night, while the moon poured silver on the countryside. I'd sing her old love songs in a trembling key, hoping somehow she was hearing only me. But every glance she gave him cut me deep, like a promise made in silence I could never keep. Still I held on to every word she said, even when I knew my hope was hanging by a thread. She told me once she feared her father's name, that all the wealth in the world still felt like chains. She dreamed about a little house beyond the ridge, where love could live without a golden cage. When she leaned against my shoulder in the dark, I felt her heartbeat striking like a spark. But I saw the sorrow in my brother's eyes, and knew our fate was written in the sky. In the heart of Brazil, where the night birds fly under lantern stars and a velvet sky, we both fell hard for the same sweet flame, and neither one of us would leave unchanged. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills, with her hair in the wind and a heart so wild. Two cowboys stood in the shadow of him, both undone by the landlord's child. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills like a song carried soft on the summer breeze. But one girl, one heart, and two men dreaming can break even the strongest memories. Then came the night the thunder shook the plains, and I saw forever vanish vanish in the rain. She reached for him with tears upon her face, and I knew I'd lost the one I could not replace. I wanted to stop the hurt inside his chest, but love had already made its choice and left the rest. He tipped his hat and whispered, treat her kind, then rode into the dark and out of time. Still the hills of Brazil keep echoing low with the song of a love only cowboys know. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills and left one heart dancing, one heart in pain. One cowboy found forever in her arms, one disappeared like dust before the rain. Love rode in from the Brazilian hills, and the old guitars still remember her name. When the moon hangs low on the ranch of sorrow, you can still hear the sound of that flame. So if you hear a lonely voice where the valley lies still, singing to the wind from the old Brazilian hills, that's just a cowboy loving someone time couldn't keep, and the memory of her still runs deep.